Hey everyone, Malice Thunder here, and I'm doing another mock review. This mock review is going to be a little bit different. There's a lot of separate mocks that I have. There's the regular based ones that have just simple weapons and legs and arms. And then there's these. These are bioformers. Bioformers are just technically how it sounds. It's Bionicle Transformers. They're Bionicle MOCS that can transform into vehicles. I have more of these, it's just that I have to figure out a transformation for them. One of the villains already have one. We're focusing on these two right here. This one, a little, I would say, tank or cargo of a vehicle. As you can tell, that for the weapons in the front are just these normal gunmetal spike bits, and then as you can already tell where the legs are, the arms, and even the head. This is Goldy. She really doesn't have a name. Her main color scheme is black and gold. She is, I would say, not the strongest out of her team, but she is the most intelligent. I'll transform her in a little bit. Her friend over here is slightly bigger in size. As you can see, she's, I would say, kind of a cybernetic jet. You can already tell where her hands are. Right here, right here. She can't really, I couldn't find a really good place to put her weapon. Kind of looks like it's the cockpit in a way. You can already see the legs on the bottom. That's kind of how she stands herself up. The head is kind of just back here. I couldn't really know where to put it. I could either put it down, but that kind of looks stupid. So I just left it up. That bit is part of her weapon. Kind of acts as a little, I would say, not antenna. I would probably say an antenna. Her weapon is very, very unique. So yeah, this is V, and that's Goldy. Let's transform this one. This piece, her weapon, like I said, is very unique because it's custom made. As you can see, I used a little bar piece. I just put it directly in the middle, and it took me a while to think of this, but it finally worked. I got the cannon pieces, and I plucked them in there. It took a while for this thing to actually work, but it can shoot. No, how that works, you just press that and shoot. And, well, I was thinking about this, just leave it like this, but I really didn't want to because I would look stupid because this empty part right here on the top. So what I did is just got one of these little knife pieces or dagger pieces that were used in the 2.0 series. There you go. And then I just got the little, same thing as the red connector, but gray and a little bit longer. And then one of these little connectors, a lot of connectors. There you go. Put it back in there. I'll get to this part once we transform Goldy. Put V back down there. This one is very, very easy. There's really nothing complicated, or really nothing complicated about that one either. And there's Goldy. Goldy here, like I said, is very intelligent. She has no fists. The only fists are these things. She has no hands. The only hands that she has is those things on the wrists. These, you're probably wondering, how would those act as weapons for the transformation? Well, they're supposed to shoot little golden beams. They can also use to be rammed. She can ram into her enemies, and then also fire. The one weakness that she has is in front. She has no covering in the front of her tank. Originally, she did not have a shield. Originally not there. Back of her, that was all blank. And I decided to make her have a shield. She really doesn't use it. She just uses it as back protection. She could use it if she really wanted to, but you know, it's not her preference. She likes using these spike bits. She also has a special transformation in her weapons, like all my MOCs do. For pieces, I just use a lot of gunmetal. Of course, these fists, or little fist beats. in black. Breakout, her helmet, Rocka, breakout chest piece, also the feet, and I also use little spike bits for her calves. There's an extra armor piece right here, also a little extra connector right here that's important to her transformation in her weapon. V here, like I said, is very, I would say, she's bright green. Of course, I used a lot of, like I said, Breeze Brain Attack for the head, of course the visor. For the wings, I used the little wrecking bar pieces and in what came in the set for Breeze. For the back, I just put what she originally had, little back plate. The core is just one of these little core villain pieces. She's very, I would say, she's the, I don't know, are they the same? They're the same, they have the same height. I just connected two body pieces together. This is one body, and then this is the other, and all you have to do is just connect. I just connected them with the little trick that I learned from other YouTubers, is if you connect this piece and that piece, it can create one body. Very simple. Very unique, simple. Also a lot of vines, spike bits, in bright green, like I said. Now for the weapon transformation, it's very, very simple. She cannot just also use this as a cannon, she can also use it spear. Pretty cool, ain't it? Now, in this, it's supposed to represent this, but in her hand, it actually represents, it actually looks like this. Because you can't, it's gonna look stupid if you just put it all in one. There's her energy spear. She can stab her enemies and then also fire. I don't know how, I think this can also be in her transformation. I'm not particularly sure. She's pretty tall. I'm sorry if I can't get really, weapon is very tall. Let me just do this. As you can tell, Goldy's is pretty self-explanatory. Well, not the extra bit. All you have to do is take off the lower, the shield. Since she doesn't have any hands, the shield piece is connected, is made with this piece right here, kind of like the Laval Chima. For the top bit, I used a little telephone light pole that came in the Invasion from Below, the two-headed monster. And this little connector is very important. All you do, stick it right there. Take this piece off of her left arm, put it underneath, it kind of becomes a double stabber. Now this thing, since this is showing, all I did was connect, since this piece really connects in that piece, all I did was connect a shield. Oh crap, I forgot something. This yellow piece really isn't that important. She has an extra armor piece right there on her shoulder, and that's what this is meant for. Supposed to match her color scheme. And she has a double little thing, gauntlet stab. Sorry, the thing is, oh, they are very fragile. And there they are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my Bioformer review. This is kind of a long video because I was reviewing two of them. It could be shortened, maybe, I think so. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you liked my Bioformers. There's going to be a lot more on the way. A few little MOCs here and there. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, also drop a comment if you really appreciate it. I would really appreciate if you drop a comment. Also subscribe to my channel, and always guys, stay creative.